Hello and welcome to my channel. And today we're going to be focusing on how to fix this terrible singer and make her sound decent. So if you haven't already, I posted a video on how I made this terrible singer sound somewhat decent. Okay, so I'm basically gonna talk about my process and what I'm thinking about when I'm doing this, so you can replicate it yourself. So let's get started. Okay, first I got a karaoke track of Journey song Don't Stop Believing, as you guys can tell. Okay, so first I referenced the original recording to make sure I have the right key. Right, so you guys don't hear it here, but I'm checking, cross-referencing the original track, and playing it on my piano, so I make sure I'm in the right key and make sure she's in the right key. Yeah, you can hear totally off. So yeah, so first I wanted to line up the vocals, make sure it lines up in time with the recording, with that clip you see here. Yeah, it's hard to find, but we gotta do it. It was a painful process, yes, but in the end, it was kind of worth it, kind of. So first, what I want to do is check my tempo. Right, as you can see, I can pull up a BPM counter. So this tracks the BPM of my minus track here. Right, the Journey track. Right, so that way you're not trying to guessing yourself, right? So you can get it every time. That way I can line it up with the tempo map, or the map here. So I can get the downbeat right every time. So when I adjust the singer, I won't have to second guess myself. I won't have to try to line it up with the track. All I have to do is line it up with those markers, the measure numbers on top, and then I have a rough idea, right? Because the most important thing in music is being in time. Yeah, now we're slowly getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. Okay. What do we need to do? Let's fix all the pitches. So I'm gonna set everything to perfect pitch. Because, easiest thing to do first. And then I'm gonna set this to the E pentatonic scale. E major pentatonic scale, because that's the key we are in. Yeah, that way, I'm just letting the machine do all the work. So whenever I'm working with Logic, it's all about working with efficiency, right? You want to be fast, because at first it's okay to work slow, but you should build up your efficiency, right? Because a DAW is like your instrument, and the more time you put in it, the more time you have to, the more time you get more efficient on it, right? So learn all your shortcuts, learn all your hotkeys, be fast, and know what you're doing, know what you want, right? I'm lining up the pitches, making sure everything is in time. As you can see, Logic tracked those pitches weird. So the reason I'm pausing is because I'm checking with my piano the right pitches so I know. Right? So I'm singing in my head, just a city boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so for a lot of these, I want to turn the vibrato close to 0%, because trying to even her voice out, because it's terrible. So much vibrato. Cut out some background noise here, because we don't need it. Muddies the mix, and then fade in. Make a cleaner cut. Yeah, we getting there. We're making it sound a little better. Yeah. Now what is going on there? So when you're adjusting that parameter, the vibrato parameter, you want to make sure you don't overdo it, or you make it sound too robotic. Right? But that's if we had a good singer. Obviously, we have a terrible singer, so it's gonna sound so weird. But it doesn't matter. We just want her to sound in pitch, right? Yeah, that's my job. Here we go. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Too much, and then you get digital faults. That's that's just the limitation in Logic. It's just like some of these notes, it doesn't pick well. It doesn't do well with Logic. So you just sometimes gotta compromise, right? You want to try to make this sound as natural as possible. Okay. So let's fix some timing issues here. And okay. So south, that word south, I want to make sure that falls on a downbeat. So I'm gonna probably unlink this SMPTE lock, right? This happens when you have a video and audio together, so that's how you unlock it. Right? So by doing that, obviously the video and audio is going to be out of sync, but that doesn't matter. We're here to fix the vocals. And south, yeah. Let's get that timing. Yeah, that's a little better. Here we go. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Come on. Work with me. No. Terrible note, but we got it. Right. There's a reason why we are called audio engineers, right? What do engineers do? They solve problems, and that is what we're doing. We're fixing and solving some problems. Here we go. Right. Yes, it's laborious, as you can see, very laborious, but there's no simple trick to these things. It's just putting in the work. Do I want to fix that? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, moving on. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my gosh. My ears. Okay, let's see what we got. Take out some background noise. Fade in and out. Make it a clean cut. There we go. And let's see how this sounds. Okay, I'm checking the melody. Okay, so here's what we can do with the pencil tool. Sometimes Logic doesn't pick up the notes, right? So you just kind of have to add it. But, you know, that sounds terrible, so we'll just leave it alone. And when she hits that note, right, it's kind of a squeak. So, I don't know what to do there. We're just gonna have to compromise. We're just gonna have to leave it alone, right? Maybe put them all on the same note. Maybe that'll help. Ish. Right? That word took. It's like... Fix the vibrato. Straight, flatten out the curve. Make her sound better. Polishing her up. Yeah, as you can tell, we can't fix. You know, there's nothing I can do with he took that word. But that's okay. That's okay because the words falling off after sounds good, so that will give the illusion that all together is sounding good. Yeah, getting there, slowly polishing that up. Right. Yeah, like I said, one of the most important thing is getting that vocal pocket. right? Because if your vocals are in the pocket, then it's gonna sound terrible, right? It's gonna make or break the song. So we're gonna make it cohesive and make sure she sings in time with the band. Come on. And of course, I'm checking my piano, checking the actual recording for the right pitches. And since I already know the song pretty well, I just know where to put these automatically. Right? So a lot of it is just me trying to make sure her vocal pocket's good and just slowly polishing things up. So you can see those little random hills, right? Those lines, you see those lines? Big mountains. So you can cut that up so Logic will recognize that as a separate note, but seems like Logic is not cooperating with me here. You're right, that anywhere, that word yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys, but we can mask it. We can mask it with the track playing and also the effects we'll be putting on later. Oh my gosh. Not even close. Okay. Now we have reached the end of the editing. Let's hear how it sounds. Yeah, see what I mean? That area is just terrible. But we did the best we could, so just have to keep moving on. Remember, the effects and everything that's going on will help mask those little mistakes. And sometimes people won't even notice until it's pointed out to them. Like, it still sounds bad, but hey, we got through the song. Then we polish it up. Yeah. Right, sounds better, so much better already, right? She's in tune, somewhat, right? We made her in tune with the track. We made her in time with the track. Make sure the vocal pocket's good. So let's do some quick mixing on her vocals. So here's what I like to do. I low cut that, right? Get that low cut filter. Take out any low end information there. Pretty standard. Yeah. What did you think of that sound of that? Terrible. But like I said, it's all about masking. Everything that's gonna happen, and also the little mix or processing we're gonna do will help mask all those artifacts that you hear from all the fixes. So check it out. I'm gonna cut around like the mids, around 500. So the reason I cut there is because it cuts the second overtone of her fundamental vocals. If that doesn't make any sense, don't worry about it. I probably explained this in in another video. But if you do understand, the reason to make that cut is because I want to get rid of that second overtone of her voice. And I'm going to use the surfer boogie. I'm going to cut that fundamental, right? See how that's tracking? So that's boogie EQs tracking the fundamental. So I cut that to make her voice a little brighter, right? So she doesn't sound too boxy. And then next, I'm going to put a compressor on, even out her voice. And I just like this compressor, the R compressor. Yeah, just makes your track sound a little better. And these settings that I do, pretty standard. What I do. And next, I'm gonna sweeten it up a little bit by adding a little saturation into her voice to color her voice a little better, right? Like this. Like I said, this is all part of masking, right? We're gonna mask her voice with all these processing so we can make her sound better. So here's a saturation plugin I like to use by Soft2. Okay, now I'm gonna add some reverb and delay. Here we go. And then I'm gonna add a parallel compression to the voice to color her voice a little more and make her louder. Right, so with this part, I'm basically gonna over exaggerate the settings, so it's gonna compress her voice a lot, right? So this is all about bringing out the color, right? The coloration of the plugin. Right, just trying to change the characteristics of her voice. That parallel compression on bus 3. Okay, now I'm gonna add a reverb. Okay, so here I did some math, right? I used the 60,000 divided by 119, which gets me, as you can see, I'm doing some math on my phone, right? To set the reverb time just right. So 60,000 divided by 119 equals about 2.5. About. And then I'm going to set the pre-delay time using the same math, but I think divided by 4. I think that's what I did. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so that's just a reverb trick that I use. So the reverb comes in and fades out just right. Okay. So delay plugin is to give some stereo space to her voice, make her sound bigger, more stereo image. That's what this will do. And I'm not gonna send too much to delay, right? This is all about how this sits in the mix, right? See, that's a little too much, but I think that's okay. Remember, this all helps mask the terrible singing and the artifacts, and also it kind of fits the style of the song, right? Make her sound like she's in a big space. Okay, I'm gonna put the EQ on this reverb chain, cut out all the low end so we don't muddy up the mix. Here we go. Brighten the reverb up. Right, when we brighten, we're just turning up all the higher frequencies. Okay, and then next, to beef up her voice a little more, I'm gonna detune her voice just a little bit and then pan them hard left and hard right. So check it out. I don't want too much, just a little bit. Remember, this is just to help add to the sound, add more color to her voice. So I'm gonna pan these hard left and hard right, of course. And then I'm gonna add a pitch shifter, right? Just a little bit, 5 cents, 100% mix. I'm gonna copy this over to the other side, do it 5 cents sharp. It's subtle, which is very subtle, but just gives more space for her voice. Yeah. Hey, it was better than what we started out with, right? Right. So we still managed to make it sound, more natural than before. So if we were to just slap on like an auto-tune plugin and then like maybe, set the right scale, it wouldn't work. Right? She still would be singing this wrong pitches. So that's what going into flex pitch and doing these like manual changes is what will make the sound a little more natural than what you find with like auto-tune plugin. Yeah, that first word, just, is gonna be hard to fix. Well, I don't think we can fix it, because I don't think that was even a note. It's just like, yes! Yeah, it's just a noise that she made. So, nothing we can do, but like I said, best we can do is leave it alone and then mask it. And hope that everything around it will mask the mistake. Yeah, you guys dig? Think this is as good as we're gonna get with this? I only spent 30, right? Only spending 30 minutes on this, I can make it sound like that. Maybe if I spent just a little more time, make it sound better, but I don't want to waste my time with this. Just want to get her sound like a superstar for a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna slap on this compressor or limiter, sorry, and make sure everything's rocking so we don't get distortion in the output. Right, kind of squash those squash those levels so I don't have anything running loose. I think my computer's freezing. There. Okay, here I'm watching the integrated levels. the LUI and the loves. Okay, I think everything's looking good. And now let's bounce the session and make that short video of the before and after. Well, anyways, thank you guys for staying with me and watching my workflow and what I do. If you like what I do, you can like and subscribe, and I'll make more videos for you like these. I'm just gonna polish some of this up and then, wow, system overload. Awesome. Doesn't sound bad. Gonna bounce it and call it good. Okay. Like I said, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao.